Okay, thanks everybody for joining myself and my beautiful business partner and friend Lisa Sawyer tonight on our Team Positive Tuesday training. So I'm going to run through some quick updates and then we're going to get into our training, which is all about the best 4 types of tools you can use to help create a system dependent and duplicatable business. And we know that in especially network marketing, having a really good and simple duplication system is really key to building a sustainable long-term business for yourself and for your organization as well. So we'll get into that in a minute. But first, I just want to cover off some end of the month housekeeping. Just make sure that you're checking your back office and that all your auto ships, so your own personal customers' orders, have gone through for the month. So an easy way that you can do that is go into the detailed genealogy reporting, pull up your customers in the report and see whether they've got any volume for the month of August. And if they don't, but they've had monthly volume in July and June, then you'll be able to quickly identify that, hey, their order's either missing, maybe they've cancelled it, or maybe it hasn't gone through because of a glitch, a credit card has been, declined. So before the end of the month, just check in with them. They might not even realize, so it's really courteous of you and really proactive customer service to get in touch with them and see if you can help them at all. Make sure that you've got your 200 PV to qualify for full commission. So that includes personal orders, a minimum of 40 PV from your own orders, but also the orders of your personally enrolled customers and retail customer orders. And that the distributors in your organization are also qualified for their commissions. Also, find out if there's any distributors who are close to ranking. So again, check your detailed genealogy report with your distributors on there and just have a look at the volume, their organizational volume for the month, to see where they're at. Are they close to the volume for a certain rank, and how you can support them, or the rest of the team and upline can support them as well. So again, I just want to encourage everyone to get registered for the upcoming event starting this Friday in Brisbane with Pro9 Tara Wilson and Dr. Peter Vertigem, one of our corporate members. This is going to be an incredible, it'll be a one-day event for most of us, or a couple of hours with an opportunity meeting and then some awesome training from Tara Wilson. I know that she's going to be teaching her famous 1 a month, which is a really simple way for all of us to build our businesses using a 1 a month technique. So if you're not able to make it, you're really going to be missing out. So make sure you can try and get to one of those events coming up this week. And True Science is quickly coming to an end. That promo price, you're saving $50 not only for yourself but your customers or any new customers. Might be a great thing to encourage them to get some early Christmas presents, or even maybe some birthdays coming up for families or friends, because that price is a really great saving, and it will bump up everybody's volume as well. So that's something to think about if you're close to ranking. And last time this month is the Australian Cash promo incentive. So if you maintain Pro 3, 4 or 5, or you rank advance to Pro 3, 4 or 5, you'll receive a cash bonus. So again, I really want to encourage you, if you are close, or maybe not too close, but I can tell you anything can happen in 48 hours. And if possible, we can also look at doing some after the end of month backdating if you are close. So never lose hope. Definitely believe in yourself, because we believe in you. Anything can happen. Okay, so let's get into our training. So tonight is all about the system dependent duplication. So we're going to talk about why you want a system dependent business, not a people dependent business, and the 4 key tools to help you build a system dependent business, which are product, company, industry, and self-development tools. So firstly, I want to talk about why you want to build a system dependent business. There's a huge number of reasons. One is that you're going to get great results without being exposed to volatility of being dependent on individuals. You know, you might be building a really great team, but if you've got some core people who are doing all of the effort and have some incredible skills, then, you know, what if something happens to that person? What if they get distracted with other things? What if they aren't able to train their skills to the next person in their team? It becomes very volatile and there's no real stability happening. So whereas having systems in place, anyone can follow systems. You'll be able to walk away from your business and it should keep building itself, which is fantastic in network marketing, especially when you're building a residual income, because if that keeps building while you're able to step away, then that's really the power of residual income. You'll be able to set repeatable and easily duplicable actions that anyone with any skill set or personality should be able to follow. And anyone can get started and have success by following some simple tools and systems. Whereas it's a lot harder if they're trying to follow or duplicate a person's skills as opposed to a system skill or a system process. What you can do if you feel like things are being duplicated by a certain person and the process of the system isn't being followed, really hone in on the strengths of each person, but guide them towards utilizing more of the tools that we're going to talk about next. So the 4 key tools, which I mentioned, we're going to cover off. So I'm going to be talking about the product and company tools, and then I'm going to hand it over to Lisa, who'll go through some industry and self-development tools. So anyone who really gets started in this business, we've been following right from the beginning, utilizing the ABC video. This is the one thing I consistently do is I will sift and sort using the abcyellowpill.com video. I know that people will tweak it depending on their contact, and maybe the contact is more focused on the science or, you know, maybe a testimonial, but we pretty much all do the same action of sharing a video to pique someone's interest level and then finding out what they need to know next. That is a system dependent action using a product tool, which is perfect. Other great product tools to utilize with building your business are other YouTube videos. There's fantastic corporate videos. I mean, you can spend hours on YouTube. There's the Team Positive VIP group that you can plug your prospects into, and that will just keep, you know, dripping on them, and it will be an automatic follow-up. It's a great tool as a follow-up system. And also our Team Positive website, which is fantastic for a lot of our product info, product forms, all those sorts of things, so that whether you're a new distributor or an existing distributor, if you go to that website, there's all the tools on there that you need to be able to use. You don't have to try and explain anything to anybody. All you have to do is send them to one of those links, groups, or websites, and that's how a system-dependent business runs, just that. Now, there's some company tools as well. So obviously you've got your replicated LifeVantage website, which we each use when we want to enroll a customer or a distributor. There's also the Pro Audio CDs to help you with company training, and that's available also on one of the training apps that LifeVantage has put out. There's the training in the virtual office, although I noticed that's currently down. So I double checked that just before and I couldn't link onto it, but I'm sure that'll be coming back up. We've had a few glitches in our virtual office the last week. And then there's also the apps that the company is being producing to really help building your business and relying on a system instead of on your own knowledge, and the knowledge being passed down from person to person. It's just using the same thing over and over again through an app. They aren't fully functional within Australia, so just wait until they come out and just keep doing things simply as you go through, utilizing as many tools as possible. The less explaining you have to do, the better. I think the more you can let a tool or a third party explain things for you, the easier the person you're talking to is going to find it. In their mind, they'll be thinking okay, they haven't really had to explain anything. If I was to do this, I think I could be able to share a video as well. So it's automatically creating that duplication that's simple and dependent on systems. Now, I want to hand it over to Lisa to go through the industry and personal development side of things. Thanks very much, Lisa.
Thank you, Karen. You are amazing. I'm so impressed, never-endingly impressed with your ability to whack those presentations together, you know, the way you do. Oh my God. Absolute amazing. Okay, guys, so I am not quite as tech savvy as what Karen is, but I do tend to like to go on the fly. Most of you who know me will know that. So I'm good with throwing this stuff together. I get to talk to you guys tonight about two of my absolute favorite things, which are industry tools and your personal development tools. So most of you who've been around for a little while, will know that there are 3 stages that we go through as coming in as a newbie with no knowledge of network marketing, going through to the experience levels that we get. We've got belief in the product, we've got belief in the company and the industry, and then belief in ourselves. And these are crucial. There is no way that you can rise to the top or reach the goals that you want if you don't go through and build and grow in all of those 3 areas. Now, with your skills, that really, you can read your Eric Worre's GoPros or listen to that on audio, an absolutely amazing resource. But there is nothing that can replace what you get from experience, from going out there and doing the invites, from going out there and using those tools that Karen's just been talking about. There is nothing that trumps that. You cannot learn skills in an office or at a desk. It's going out and seeing what worked and what didn't work. And if you're paying attention when you're sharing this information with people, you get to this point where you're having this conversation and things are going really good, and you might hit a point where it kind of doesn't go so well. Well, it's those moments that you get to learn from the most, because you get to go away and then reflect on that and go, okay, so maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, I wasn't listening enough. Maybe I need to be able to, listen more and ask better questions. And that's where this side of things really kicks in. So when I first started, didn't know a thing about network marketing, registered nurse, office worker, everything but a network marketer. And I'm like a sponge. If I don't know what something is, I will go to the industry experts and I will go, right, what are they doing? What do they know? What do I need to get in my head? And that's pretty much what I did when it comes down to industry tools. And there is a wealth of information out there. There's one I want to start you guys off with. So please, 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 if you've got a pen and paper, make a note of these. There is Kerry Dickey. She's like, what is she now? Master Pro. She's an executive. She's president. Gosh, she's gone like to the top again of our new levels. Kerry Dickey is in our upline. She is like the uppermost of our upline. Super cool lady and great role model. She has a website called www.lovelaughlead.com. Now, when I first started, Train gave me a new distributed training disc. So if you go to that website, on the far right-hand side, there's a little box and it says new distributed training. Click on that and you get a free audio download of her CD. Absolutely amazing. That was my introduction to network marketing, and I swear to God, I played that over and over and over and over in my car. I'd be at a traffic light looking for a pen and getting a shopping receipt and writing every book that she told me to read. I pressed pause and I wrote the thing down and I read every book that she suggested, because I thought, you know what? She's got to where she's got because she's doing the right things. So I wanted to know what she was doing. So that you can access that training from that website there, and absolutely recommend everybody listens at least once. Really good stuff. And if you're as anal as me, you can go ahead and write down all those books and read them too. But really good information. Now there's Network Marketing Pro, which is your Eric Worre, which I mentioned before. So he's got GoPro, and I think most of you would be aware of that. Now, First Class MLM Tools. There is a CD called Brilliant Compensation. Now, it's like $3.69 for the disc. It's not expensive. Great audio to have in the car. This guy goes through and talks about the industry of network marketing in a way that elevates it. It makes it, you just, by the time you finished listening to it, you're like, oh my God, who wouldn't want to be a network marketer? He's a professor. He talks about the industry, gives you facts and figures. Absolutely love it. For those of you who have not heard about this audio, go and jump online. Like I said, $3.69 for the disc. It's really not expensive. You can order it, or maybe you might even be able to find it on YouTube for free, because goodness knows there's enough of that out there. There's also a Forbes article. If you type in Forbes and you type in, would you join a network marketing company for retirement income, you'll find a Forbes article. And that, now when you bring in the reputable business names like Forbes and you bring that to network marketing, all it is an eye-opener, but it's a tool that I like to share with people. So when we're sharing our information, we can share from the health side, but sometimes we share directly from the finance side, because we know that that's where that person's pain is. If I know that person's pain is there and I want to give them a little bit more of an idea of the reputation or the reputability of network marketing, then I may use that Forbes article, depending on their age, or I may use the Robert Kiyosaki's, I don't know if everyone's seen that one, but Robert Kiyosaki, Network Marketing and Income Generating Asset. Absolutely brilliant article. I mean, everybody is familiar with Rich Dad Poor Dad, so he is another reputable source of information. And then also, if you go onto Network Marketing Pro, you'll find Rise of the Entrepreneur, which is a DVD. I don't know if anyone can see it. I'm holding that up to the screen. It's a DVD. It's a documentary about the way that the economy is headed, and why network marketing fits really well into that space. So that is also another tool that I like to use, not only for yourself or new distributors, but also these are tools that can cross-sectionally help you educate the people that you're talking to. Because if you come into the business not knowing all of these things, the people you're talking to aren't knowing all of these things. So the brilliant thing is that as you learn, you get to then pass that information on. And when you find amazing tools, you get to do the same thing. I'll just quickly run through a couple other industry tools before I move very quickly on to personal development, because I don't want to take up everyone's time, and I could talk about this all night. Own Your Life. Don, his name is Don, I cannot pronounce that last name, D-O-N, and his last name is F-A-I-L-L-A. He has a really cool take on presentations and on network marketing, which I enjoyed. Your first year in network marketing. Now, don't get the audio version of this. I don't know what they did to the audio, but apparently it's not as great. But this is by the Yarnells. Now, anybody who comes in and they're facing that first rejection, they can feel like, oh my God, this is really personal. And we know that it's not, but it's so good not to just hear it from your upline or your other team members that this is completely normal. It's so good to see it in a published publication, because that's how normal it is. The Perfect Business, which is another Rich Dad one, or The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. Both of those are also audio CDs. And again, this goes along the lines of the Brilliant Compensation, where it gives you solid facts and it gives you financial information as to why you would pursue network marketing. This is all validation, guys. This is validation you can use for yourself, for new distributors, but also for people that you're talking to. And one of my favorites of all time is Building Your Network Marketing Business with Jim Rohn. I swear, he's funny. He's a great mix of funny and awesome information, all delivered in this, neat little package that even my kids have laughed at when I've had it in the car. So that's absolutely brilliant too. All right, so they're my faves when it comes down to industry tools. And look, there's no shortage of industry tools, but they are my favorites, and they're in like my little, toolbox. And onto, you've gone one past it, Karen. Go back. So moving on to personal development. Now, anyone who does go on to Carrie Dickey's training CD, she is going to tell you as one of the first things that network marketing is 90% mindset and 10% mechanics. So what goes on between your ears is so crucial to how successful you're going to be in your business. So everybody knows that positivity is great, but this is taking mindset and personal development takes it one step further than positivity. I tend to get most of my new people, I will at some point, guide them to a point where they're willing to watch The Secret, because it's an online tool available on YouTube, and it gives you an idea about how we are like magnets. When we walk around on this earth, we're not just unaffecting everybody else. Every conversation that we have, every thought that we have, the way that we're interacting, that is affecting every other person around us, whether we are aware of it or whether we're not. So when we can be aware of it, we can be more powerful and more deliberate in our participation in the world around us. And so when you think of ourselves as magnets and you think about what you're putting out, it's not just positivity, it's good thoughts. It's about knowing where you want to be, about focusing on the positive and leaving behind all of those sorts of traits like gossiping and negativity, leaving those as far behind you as you possibly can. And if you think about that, that's just a good way to live in general. So I always sort of start on that, the secret level, because personal development is obviously working on you. This business is never about us. So it's ironic that we are working on us so hard, but the business and the industry is not about us. It's all about what we can give in value for other people. But the fact is that we don't know. We need to know what we don't know. Do you know what I mean? We need to know what it is that we don't know and be okay with that and go, okay, well, I'm now going to focus on listening more. I'm really good at talking, but listening is not something that I'm so strong at. But listening is very fundamental. It's a fundamental skill for network marketing. So you learn more about how to listen and how to interact and how to ask good quality questions. That's all personal development, because it's knowing what your skills are, knowing where you lack those skills, and being able to invest some time in learning and growing in those areas. So this is a journey, and it's not a destination. And you'll hear a lot of people say the happiness is in the journey. So it's okay not to know everything all at once. I have to remind myself that all the time. It's okay. You don't have to cram it all in. Well, Katrina reminds me. But, at some point, the thrill of this comes down to the person that you have to become in order to have the team and achieve the goals that you want. Because that's what personal development's all about. It's about taking yourself from where you are and growing and learning and adapting so that you are then the person that can handle what it is that you want in life. And I think that's pretty darn amazing. So in terms of personal development tools, it's the sky's the limit. What to say to yourself. What to say when you talk to yourself, Jim Rohn's The Seasons of Life. There's The Secret and then the power behind The Secret. This has got to be my favourite at the moment. I don't know. I've mentioned this to a couple of the girls at the moment. It's called Tell to Win by Peter Guber. And basically he's saying it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what you're hoping to achieve in life. Your story, who you are, and how that impacts on what you're doing, and more importantly, what that can do for others, that is powerful. And if you can grasp your story and if you can mold everything that you're doing into a form of a story, that's going to lead you to more success, because people are geared towards stories. The moment, whether you subliminally know it or not, the moment someone says story, you're paying attention, because that's what stories do to the human brain. And so that was a really powerful book to read, and I recommend for everybody to actually have a go at that one. But that's probably it for my personal development ones. If you want to look more into those, you can go to Success Magazine. They've got a top 25 of your personal development books. I've mentioned some of those before. You can also, if you look at best books for network marketing and personal development, there is so many people offering full lists of books that you can go on for that. But like I said, it's more about knowing what you don't know. That's more important, so that you can analyze yourself and go, okay, I really could do with a little bit more here, and then focus your energy. And don't do that at the expense of activity, by the way. Do that on the way to meetings. Do that on the way to work. Do that at night when you're lying in bed, calming down for the night. Do that in your outside bits. Don't think that you need to completely get yourself to a point where you think you know it all before you actually start growing the business. Because all of this, it's all meant to happen at the same time. I hope that's helped, and I hope that's been worthwhile for everybody. And I'll hand this back over to Karen, and she can close the call out. Thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lisa. Absolutely incredible resources. But I loved how you ended it there, that not to get bogged down with learning it all. Make sure that your actions and your income producing activities are the key focus. And I think now that you've got such an awareness of the tools out there, if you can utilize more of these tools and teach your team to do the same, it is going to really streamline your business and make it so much more simpler, not only for you, but everyone else that you help get started as well. So I want to say thank you, everyone, for joining us and even watching the replay if you're watching it. I appreciate you all. I'll stop the recording, but if you've got any questions, feel free to stay on and we can have a chat. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much, everybody.